It doesn't really need an introduction, does it? It's the new 911. So the world, the wife, his dog and his tortoise have driven the Porsche 991, and finally I'm getting a go in what is the first all-new 911 since 2004. The big news is that the 991 is the 911 structure we've always been waiting for. It's effectively an all-aluminium 911, and it means that this Carrera S PDK car is about, give or take a few pounds of rice, 40 kilograms lighter than the car it replaces, but it's quite a bit bigger physically, particularly at the front, where they managed to get 50mm extra on the front axle. So it's much wider at the front axle than the last car, which should bring big benefits dynamically. First pleasant surprise is this PDK transmission. Still the same slightly funny sort of torture-like looking lever, but the calibration is all new. It just feels sharp and it feels responsive in a way the other one didn't. The best compliment I can pay it is it feels like someone's taken a Nissan GTR transmission, dropped it in a 911. So working in combination with this quite revvy, zingy DFI engine, it's a lively, athletic, keen powertrain. I really like it. So that's the first pleasant surprise. But perhaps the most divisive thing about this car is the new power steering system. It's electric, it's not hydraulic. Okay, it's not the perfect steering system. It does lose some of that feeling. I don't like the word feel, you know that, but it does lose something. But I can put the car very, very accurately on the road, and crucially, mid-corner, on steady steering angle, I can then make an adjustment and it doesn't feel like an electric motor struggling to keep up with what I'm doing. So steering, yeah, a pleasant surprise. I thought it was going to be a real problem. And the chassis, well, we're on some pretty craggy, frankly, bad Californian roads, and it's pretty mind-blowing. It's supple, breathes with the road, it's got compliance, it's got wheel travel. I can't really find too much to fault it, and this wider front axle, well, there's no doubt it gives the car just more front-end grip. You know, the traditional 911 understeer problem, well, they've kind of eradicated it. Not completely. We're 98% of the way there. It still is arse-engined, you know, I can't deny that. But it just feels like a step on from the last GT3 RS, and that's a big compliment to pay a standard 911. The first thing you need to know about this new 991 is it's a real 911. It feels like a 911. That's all I can say about it, really. But what's really interesting is it seems to achieve two disparate aims. On the one hand, this is a bigger, more refined, more comfortable car than the 997. The NVH levels, particularly the tyre noise, have been reduced massively, and that's very impressive, makes it more comfortable, less fatiguing. But on the other hand, it's actually a sharper, more dynamic car. That front axle width means it turns in better. The chassis is just more impressive. The powertrain is very similar to before, but as I said, the PDK is now more impressive as well. Didn't try the 7-speed manual, have to wait till we get to the UK. It's not perfect, the 991, but it's very, very close to being so.